Hey guys, IcyCat here. Right now in the test server, we have 3 characters that have gotten some significant loadout changes that will affect the way they play, including one that will dramatically affect the way one of the operators is primarily used. Stick around as we go over all the information next. Okay, so we've got information from 2 different sets of patch notes for the test server, one that went live today and the other from yesterday, but they are both on the current test server session. Let's begin with the first one. You can see here, this is from today's test server patch notes, and you can find these on the TTS subreddit yourself if you go and check them out. But it says that regarding an exploit update, they are continuing their work to address the exploits involving Clash, Claymores, and deployable shields. They've released a partial fix last Friday on the test server, but want to minimize potential issues brought by the new operator's secondary gadgets. With that in mind, they are temporarily changing Warden and NOKK's loadouts in today's test server maintenance to the following. Warden's deployable shield will now be replaced with 2 impact grenades, and NOKK's Claymore will be replaced with 3 stun grenades. They go on to say that this change will also be present when we release Operation Phantom Sight in June. We will restore their original loadouts sometime during Season 2 once our complete fix is deployed. Then from yesterday, we have this test server announcement, which says for balancing changes, KAID will have swapped barbed wire for C4. Now, to just touch briefly on those other ones, it will be faster for Pulse to put away his cardiac sensor. Twitch is getting a bit of a recoil adjustment to her primary assault rifle, and Frost Traps will have slightly less hit points. So it sounds like as you vault over a window, if you shoot down, it will take less shots to go ahead and take that trap out, which is probably the intention behind that. But again, the one that we are paying attention to is the loadout here for KAID. He is getting barbed wire swapped out for C4. And let's actually go ahead and start by looking at his. So this is what is on the test server right now. If you go under KAID, he no longer has barbed wire, and there is now a nitro cell or an impact grenade option. The barbed wire has been taken out. This is a huge change for KAID because this really alters the way he played. Shockwire is something in the game which, with Bandit, was relatively useless. The battery sat in the middle of the shockwire and was just an easy shoot to destroy and render it useless. With KAID's Claw, his gadget could be set off to the side of the shockwire, leaving you to have to actually run up and physically touch that wire to take it out, or at the very least throw some kind of an explosive into it to destroy it. Now, this doesn't change his ability to electrify Shockwire, but without him having his own to deploy, he's going to have to depend on the teamwork of the other players to lay it down in a spot that would be useful for him to take advantage of. This seems like an odd balancing decision to make, considering that he was the one that finally made Shockwire kind of useful because Bandit couldn't really pull it off. While nitro cells aren't necessarily a bad thing, it's hard to make the case for KAID in this example because he already had the option to take the impact grenades if he wanted to have the flexibility of rotations or destruction. And while a nitro cell is always handy for trying to take down a shield operator, impact grenades could also affect them as well. So in addition to Kapkan, KAID now has the option of both the C4 and the impact grenades at the loss of his barbed wire. Whether you think this is a good change or a bad change, it is something on the test server at this moment. This is not confirmed to go to the live build of the game. It's just on the test server at this point. However, most things on the test server do eventually wind up making their way to the live game, usually with the release of that next season, sometimes taking a little bit longer, but very rarely does a change on the test server not come to the main game, at least for everything that's been put on it so far. Now let's take a look at Warden's loadout. So this is what we had that was released during the tease for the operators for this season. It clearly shows that Warden has a deployable shield and barbed wire. But now with the deployable shield glitch that still hasn't been fully fixed, they've decided to hold back on launching the new operator with that setup. So instead, Warden will have impact grenades and barbed wire to load out with. And here we get the look at NOKK's loadout that was shown to us during the new season reveal. You can clearly see breaching charges and claymores. So again, to contrast that with what's been changed, it's now stun grenades and breaching charges. And according to the development team's patch notes, the changes for NOKK and Warden's loadouts will be live at the launch of the season and will not go back to the way it was originally proposed until they've completed all of their fixes that are necessary for the Claymore and deployable shield exploit glitches. Now again, we are lacking that hard confirmation that KAID will definitely also be joining the rank of the changed loadout with the start of the new season, but he is currently that way on the test server right now, and for whatever reason they're deciding to explore that may well be coming along with these other changes. Now, obviously in the case of Warden and NOKK, the decision has been made to avoid an exploit, but in the case of KAID, this seems to be overall balancing issues they're trying to address. Some people may be really excited about those changes, and other people may really think that that's a strong nerf to him. But what do you guys think about these loadout changes? Do these sound like a good idea? Let me know down in the comments below. Now, if you haven't already, please do like and subscribe, and make sure you hit that notification button so you're alerted as soon as new information becomes available. You can also follow me over at IcyCat25 on either Facebook or Twitter. Thanks a lot for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.